Welcome to the New Birth Fitness family. My name is Shiloh Bryant. This is my wife.
Danny.
This is the third episode of our new podcast, and we're all about empowering moms to transform lives and change the world.
So today we're going to have our second guest. Her name is Lupita, and I'm very excited for you guys to hear about her. She came to me the beginning of this year, and she wanted a transformation, and that's exactly what she's done. So I can't wait for you guys to hear a little bit about her motherhood journey, and her fitness journey, what it means to her and how she's going to be empowering other moms through her story as well.
Looking forward to it. It's going to be a good episode.
All right, let's jump right into it. So tell us a little bit about yourself, Lupita.
Okay, my name is Lupita Frederick. I'm 32 years old, and I am a mom of two little boys. And I'm married, and I work at the factory at Smithfield. And I start my journey on January, and has been a successful month.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. So what was the first thing that made you say, hey, I want to get into the gym. I want to start working out. Like, what things are you thinking and feeling prior to you even starting? Maybe multiple times prior to that, you were like, I wanted to get in, but you never actually started. Like, kind of tell us.
Well, last year when I went to the doctor, I started having problems with my sugar.
Mm-hmm.
And then, the doctor told me that I have to do something about it because, he really asked me if I want to get on medication. And I say, no.
Mm-hmm.
He said, well, you need to start doing something like exercise yourself. Well, eating healthy, but it's a lie because we don't do that.
It's hard.
You don't. So, when it's come New Year's, you put your resolutions and like whatever. Well, one of those was, try to get on shape or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, like, it was one Sunday. I remember that Sunday. I was eating on my kitchen. I was like, I need to stop this. Yeah.
What were you eating that day? You remember?
Yeah, it was pizza and chicken.
Pizza.
Yeah, it was pizza and chicken wings. And then like I'm start having my thoughts like, well, what if I go to the gym? I really don't know what to do. I really don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be look like crazy, like try to do whatever without results. But I remember I was watching because Lena is my friend on Facebook, and I remember seeing her like in a gym and stuff like that. So I went to her page.
Wow.
And looking, and I said, oh, okay, so let me ask her,
That's fine.
So I asked her, and I said, hey, you don't mind to train me? And she was like, of course, no problem, we just can get ready, whatever.
Did it take a lot of courage to even reach out and
Yes.
ask?
Yeah.
So what thoughts was going through your head?
I was like, no, because I know her, but I don't know you like this, sometimes you like, maybe she say no, maybe, yeah. But before that, I reached to her. I called my husband and I said, hey, you know what? And he was like, yeah, go ahead. But he told me, make sure it's a girl.
I understand.
Yeah, I said, yes, yeah. So I reached Danny and she said, yeah, I can help you with that. And since that, it has been
That's
really
amazing
great.
to think about. So you're like, I didn't know how to do it, and so many people are stuck in it. I don't know how to do it. So you're like, since I don't know how to do it, let me find somebody who does.
Yeah.
And getting past that fear to say, I'm going to ask the question. The worst they can say is no. But I feel like so many people get stuck right there, and I don't know how, and I don't really want to ask because it's embarrassing. It's this, it's that. But the fact you did, look at the results you were able to accomplish because of that one question. Right? And even somebody doesn't have a person that knows how to do it, just getting there fumbling around. Just try a little bit of this, try a little bit of that. It can make a huge difference. So I feel like there's so many women and people who work out in the gym in general that feel that exact same way of, I want to start working, I just don't know how. So it's nice to see somebody real time get over that.
Yeah.
So then you came full circle. So you started, when you start actually working out?
January. I do not remember that date, but I know the month it was January.
It was the beginning of the year.
So what was that like? So what you thought the gym was going to be like versus when you actually started working out, like how was that interaction like?
Okay, when I first came, my first day, I remember she was here and I was feel like, what am I doing here?
This was a mistake.
Yeah, no, it's just like, like you see people like they have a really good shape,
Mhm.
and you want to see yourself looking like that. Well, not like that, but you know.
Mhm.
And I was feel like everybody was looking at me, and you know, it's not, but
Mhm.
it's just they feel like everybody's watching you, like what you doing over here, or you know, stuff like that.
You're gonna see YouTube videos pop up from this, by the way. Like,
Yeah.
every single time I hear y'all talking, it's like, that's another video that people need to hear. That's
Yeah.
another video, because it's the same common problems for a lot of people. That a lot of time we feel, so when you first came in, sometimes you feel like it's just you feeling that way. But you know how many other people feel that exact same way, that if they just had a little bit of guidance, a little something, that'd be great. So what was it? So when she reached out to you, what were you thinking, Danny? Like, when she reached out, what was your energy and thought process when she reached out?
Well, I was actually very happy that she had reached out to me. So contrary to what she would have thought, oh, she's going to say no, I was actually very happy. I was like,
she was.
yes. I was ready to get started with her. And I could tell that for her when I asked her, you know, what are the things that you want to work on, you know, just feeling better and her health. So I feel like those are two major things for women in general. When you don't feel good about yourself, your confidence, you know, how you show up, how you walk, how you speak, it just changes because you don't feel the best that you could possibly feel. So for me, when she said, you know, I just want to feel better, I want to look better, I said, great, because I feel like a lot of women, they need to feel like I look good. They need to feel that confidence. So it was something that when she first started working with me, I could tell that she just didn't feel great about herself. And we took those first pictures and she's like, am I really going to be able to change this?
Yeah.
Am I really going to get rid of, you know, my stomach and the things that she didn't like?
Yep.
And I said, don't worry about that. You just have to work on being consistent. Remember, I would just be consistent, just be consistent. And we started working out, I think it was like twice a week.
Yeah.
Twice a week. And I remember telling her, I said, my job is not to keep you here, you know, working with me all the time. I want you to learn how to do these things so that when I'm not here, you can come and you can keep working on yourself and keep building on yourself. And next thing you know, Lupita was coming like 3, 4, 5 days a week to the gym.
That's actually when I'm like, yeah, she's gonna go to the next level, because when I was in here training the other clients, I would see her even on the days y'all didn't train together, that she would be in here herself, still doing the things she learned. That is a big component in people leveling up, because if you're only doing 2 days, it's not enough in itself to really get the results you're looking for. So when you see somebody coming in on their own, like, they really want it now.
Yeah, and I remember at first, you know, just watching her being very hesitant about, can I do this?
Yep.
And then literally 1 month later, she was very confident with how she was, you know, lifting the weight. She was doing it on her own and just challenging her. You know, when she would come in and say, well, last week I did this. And I said, okay, well, now we're going to up it up a little bit. So I would text her, you know, one night before and I'm like, well, you better be ready.
Yeah, he's ready.
And, it was just, you know, like that challenge and getting past that first step of, I don't feel good about myself. Because the first thing is acknowledging that, like you said, I have to stop. I have to stop this, because if I don't stop it now, then it's not going to get better.
Yep.
And then the second thing is, okay, maybe you don't feel the best about yourself right now. And you can't even imagine how you're going to feel when you actually do the work. But when you're there, it was all worth it. So I feel like that's the part where it's hard for women because we're very hard on ourselves. And even, being a mom and trying to do this, I remember there was like a season there where we couldn't really see each other as much because her kids had soccer. I mean, her kids had baseball. And my kids had soccer. And it was like, okay, let's find a way to still make sure that you're getting in the gym, still getting your results, but we still have to have our duties as a mom. So that was something that, you know, it kind of was a challenge, but it didn't stop her.
What weight did you start at when you first got in the gym, and how much have you lost? Like, tell us, like, overall, what your results have been so far.
Okay, I think I'm starting with 183. 183. And it was January.
Yep.
Yeah. And then for now, August 2024, I'm on 171.
Ooh,
71?
nice. And on top of that, not only are you losing weight, you're putting on muscle. So it looks way different than it does if you're just losing weight. And so many women get caught up on just the scale. We made a YouTube video on this, but we get caught up on the scale. This is the number I want. if you're lifting weights with it too, you might think, oh, this is how low I want to be in my weight. But then you notice, wait, at this weight, it's a little bit higher. I actually look way better than I would have if I would have went to that number I originally wanted.
Well, and that's something that I also liked about Lupita, because we only did, you know, the weighing once a month. Like, I would ask her, hey, do you want to weigh yourself? She's like, no, I'm going to weigh myself next week.
Yeah.
So I love that she kept, you know, it wasn't really the scale, but how she was feeling about herself. And also, we did the very first day we took pictures. A month later, we took pictures.
Yeah.
Then a month later, we took more pictures. And now, like, you see those pictures side to side. I know that you feel good about yourself because you look really good. And for me, it was like, wow, being able to help somebody, give them that confidence back is, you know, all I really ask for, because it's not about me. It's about how do you feel about yourself, your health, and how you show up for yourself and your family. So it's not, for me, and I know for both of us, we're people that we love to help in that kind of way. So when I saw that and I saw the confidence, even
Even when your eyes light up right now, it's like that's a huge difference from when I just remember when you first walked in the gym, like a little bit more like it's like even just your pictures online, like what you're supposed to be for versus like just way more confident, right?
I love the picture she's posting right now. Like, you could just, it radiates off of a person, you know, when they feel good about themselves. And even I remember her coming in and saying, I have this really cute, you know, gym outfit. You know, I don't know if I should wear it. I'm like, wear it, wear the outfit. And I remember taking pictures in that outfit, and I'm like, wow, like, it's kind of like a proud mom moment. That's how I feel. So, it's definitely a very, I don't know how you'd say it, gratifying to feel like you've helped somebody through that journey. But not only that, is you're going to be able to show other people how you've done it. You know, your kids see it, because I know your kids are like, wow, your husband sees it. So it's
you best believe even the people that don't like and comment right now, there's so many people that are admiring right now. And like, you could literally be the reason why they started getting in the gym, the reason why they started eating better. You might not even know it. You might have somebody be like, I don't think they're looking at my stuff. And later on, you hear a random comment, I've been watching you all this time. It happens consistently, even for us. We're like, I never seen you like or comment anything. I didn't even know you looked at our stuff. Oh, yeah, I seen this video, seen that video. Oh, it happens all the time, right? So for you at this point, what is the thing that you feel like you've gained the most out of the journey so far? What's the thing that you feel has been the most impactful for you?
Confidence.
Confidence,
Yeah, 100%.
If you had to think about if you had to rate your confidence before the gym on a scale of 1 to 10, what would you say your confidence was before working out and getting in shape?
Really low.
What's that?
Like maybe 3. It was just the fact that when I was looking at myself in the mirror, I was like, you know, I could have like 100 outfits, but it was just maybe the pretty ones. But you just put it on, it was just like, no, I don't like it. And it's just like, you know, they just everything is like, oh no, I don't see myself looking good. Even though my husband was like, you look beautiful.
Oh, they always say that.
And the crazy part is, like, a different part, especially even when you're losing weight, because you have to believe it yourself. So sometimes women get caught in too, like, well, actually, they do look good. The husband is saying, you do look good. The boyfriend is saying, you do look good. It's like, nah, they just saying that. Sometimes it's real. So you got to get to that place too where, when is it actually real? When is it just trying to boost me? It's not always just trying to boost me. It could be real too. And a lot of time you don't see it yourself first. Other people do see it before you see it.
It's true because my workplace, like I know I lose weight because I can see on the scale. But you know, some people they be like, "Oh, you been losing weight" and stuff like that. I was like,
really?
And like you say, people's watching you. Even though you don't believe it's watching you, even though they don't speak to you, but
there you go.
You know, sometimes they say, "Oh, what you been doing? Or, are you on diet?" I always say, "No, I'm not on diet. I'm just eating healthier and exercising." Because some people think the diet is like just cut your food, like don't eat and don't do nothing else. Don't do nothing. Just stop eating and
Big
stuff
mistake.
like that.
Because you can't stick to that. Like, there's no way you can
yeah.
say too, I cut everything out.
Yeah.
And now I'm trying to work out in the gym and I need the energy and fuel for my food to even do the workouts.
Yeah.
You cut it all
But
out.
I do remember, asking her, like, how's your diet? Have you
Mhm.
been doing better with that? Because ultimately you can want all the results
Yeah.
that you're thinking of in your head. But if you're not doing the other
Yep.
part, it actually influences too. So I would ask her, hey, how's your eating? Have you been staying clean? The times where I didn't get to see her, like, have you still been working out?
Yeah.
So we just stayed in constant communication, because I feel like that's the part where people, they get stuck in their head on what to do. When really, if you found somebody, a mentor, or somebody to help you, they could help you in that journey. And now it's not just on you and your thoughts, but okay, this person is actually keeping me accountable.
Yeah.
So that's a big one. So tell us now, how do you feel about yourself? What is the biggest difference in your body that you've seen? And just tell us a little bit about that.
Okay, I feel 100% much better. My confidence, like, really up.
Out of 10, where's that?
100.
There you
Nice.
go.
That's fire.
Yeah.
That's,
And then I can see on, like, even though it is not like really big, huge difference, because I really wanna put muscle on my legs and my butt and my arms. I just wanna do everything. But I can see my stomach, like, it's not like all the way down, but it's like going away. And then I know it's not gonna be just like this.
yeah.
It's gonna take time and work hard for that, and yeah.
That's amazing.
That was the most gratifying for me, because I could see it all along, like, through her process, how good she felt about herself. So for me, kind of touching on that is, sometimes we feel like we're not going to be able to achieve the result. Like, you're like,
True.
there's no way that I'm gonna, but even now, you envisioning how you're gonna look when you have toned arms, toned legs, a rounder butt. And I would tell her, because some people genetically, we just don't have certain things. Our body is not made up, to have a big butt or big legs. There's some women that would love to have, muscular arms, but their arms are not muscular, or, big legs. So sometimes it's not about, I want to look perfect, but I know, and even what you said there was, it's going to take time. So the better version that you are now can get even better.
Yeah.
And it's going to get better, because you have the mindset to say, okay, I know it's going to be a journey, but I'm going to look better.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's
what it's all about. It's not about comparing to anybody else. It's that even if I can't get exactly what that is over there, or that is over, I can make every part on me better.
Yeah.
That's 100% the fact. You might be like, oh wait, I'm actually better than that over there now anyway.
Yeah.
Just by working on yourself. So it's not a comparison. It really is you versus you.
Yeah.
That's the most important part.
Yep.
Love that. So I guess let's transition real quick and we can come back to it. What is your mom hack? That hack that you feel like if moms knew, it could be physical related, it could be kids related, it could be husband or boyfriend related. What is the thing that you would like to say, that something that
has helped you?
Being a mom, I will say, like, if you go to Walmart or any grocery store, just write everything that you need, because sometimes you go to the store and you buy everything else, but not what you need. Yeah, not what you need.
you came in there for eggs and bread? Or how did I end up with
A cart full of stuff, no eggs, no bread.
Right.
Instant grab stuff off the bottom shelf and just tossed it in.
Yeah.
So so how did that look before you started making that list? How different was it from you getting all the things versus the stuff on the list that now when you make the list? Like, how long did it take you to even get to that point to start making the list?
Long time.
We keep making the same mistake.
Yeah.
But that's a really big one, because even spending more than what we need to spend, you came in here for 2 things and you walked out with 20.
Right.
So how did that happen?
So it actually saves you money and time.
Yeah.
Because you gotta miss it. You go in there, let me do this, let me do this, let me do this. And I like how even like everything relates to the gym, fitness, your health, because that same thing there. If you come into the gym or you're trying to lose weight or you're trying to do home workouts, if you don't have a plan, how is it going to work? It doesn't have to be, oh, I did exactly this, but you need to at least have some kind of plan. Hey, I'm going to work out this day at this time. I'm going to prepare my food at this day, this time. I have a general idea the day before, because what happens is if you don't know the day before kind of what you're going to eat the next day, what happens when you're in a rush? You're going to grab the thing that's the most convenient, and typically the most convenient ain't good for you. It's going to be that piece in them wings.
Oh, guys, I need to tell you, like, I went to the doctor last month, and, you know, they got my blood, and sugar has gone.
That's what I'm talking about. Good job. Good job. And it's just the beginning.
Yeah. Because I know Danny, she asked me, like, have you been to the doctor? I said, no, not yet, because my doctor moved somewhere else, and I have to wait for the new doctor to take my chart and everything. But yeah, I went, and they say everything looks good.
That's amazing. And you can't put a price tag on what that's worth.
Yeah.
Right? How much, we talking about sugar and these different things, that shortens your life by a lot. So you don't even get to spend the time with the people that are maybe the most important to you. And it's a different quality of life. On your day-to-day basis, certain things that would naturally be easier to one person is actually harder. You know, so I'm glad that you didn't even go. I'm not saying some people have to go the medicine route, but in a lot of cases, there's activities and things you can do so that you don't have to. So I'm glad
she was able to, you know, reverse it, see it, do something about it, and reverse it. Because a lot of people have gotten to the point where, you know, I can't reverse it now. I have to live with it, but there's always something you can do. Yeah. So I'm very happy to hear that. Because I kept asking her, hey, you know, have you been to the doctor? Because I know that was the reason why she started. So ultimately, you know, a good mentor, a good person that's trying to help you is helping you get to those goals. So that was something that was really big for me, other than, you know, you feeling great about yourself.
Because it's never about the mentor. It's never about us and like what we want. For you, it's like, what do you want? And then when you say what you want, you tell us what you want. Now we can help you bring what you want to life, because maybe you don't know how to do it yourself just yet. So now we're showing you our experience how to do that. And honestly, it's crazy. All these years, been training people over 12 years, and it never really fully clicked in my head until a couple weeks ago that one of the most important parts when you're training somebody, when you're mentoring somebody, is in the beginning, they don't believe in themselves, right? Yeah. So the thing is, where's their belief coming from? Their belief is coming from you. Their belief is coming from me. So it's our job as a mentor, a coach, or whatever a person may be, is to let them borrow our belief, how strong we believe in what they can accomplish. And then once they believe in what they can accomplish, now it's theirs now. We don't have to give you the belief anymore, because you know you can do it. And now you take your belief and you pour that into somebody else. And that just came full circle for me about 3 weeks ago. I'm like, wow, that's the most important part, because sometimes somebody might not know how to do something, but as soon as they know somebody just believes in them a little bit, they can figure it out. Yeah. Because now they're pushing forward on it. But then you take somebody and you give them all the tools they need to accomplish the goal, and they don't feel like anybody believes in them, they don't believe in themselves, and they don't do it.
Yeah. And another thing that I want to touch on is, I know at the beginning, you know, you were like, I don't know if I should post, you know, my pictures, you know, before, after results. And now that I ask her, she's like, yeah, you can post it. So tell me a little bit about that, and like what made you change, you know, your mind on that a little bit.
But in the first, I was like, no, you know, because some people is mean, and I don't really, you know, make fun of why because I've even heard the comments like, why she's going to the gym? It looks like she's going to the gym. You know, it's like, it don't even look like she's working now or whatever. But now I can tell you that, I feel really confident about myself, and now posting pictures is like a compliment to me when people say, okay,
I see you.
I see you. Yeah, okay, girl, okay, you got it, girl. Even though my husband be like, okay, look at you. Yeah. I mean, he been like, okay, look at you, but it's getting bigger, stuff like that. I say, yeah.
Yeah, it's a big, one thing is, you know, receiving the compliments. Another thing is you feeling great about yourself. And another thing is, you don't know who you're impacting. Yeah. You know, who is watching you and saying, wow, if Lupita did that, or if Donnie did that, or, you know, if anybody did, why can't I do it? you know, so you don't know who you're inspiring, who you're impacting just by posting those results.
Yeah.
Not everybody is willing to do it, and that's okay. But you being able to say, hey, I want to share this with the world because it's motivational. It's very motivational.
And that's what we love too, because changing the life of one mom can actually change the life of hundreds, thousands of lives, because you're tied into so many different things. So imagine we were like, man, we're not going to post any videos. We're not going to show anything. You and Danny would have never met.
Yeah, that's true.
What if we said we're not going to do that? You have a completely different life. So it's interesting. It's easy to, let me focus on the people that are making these bad comments. You don't think we got bad comments?
Yeah, that's very interesting, because at first when I started my journey, I didn't post anything.
Yep.
You know, it was just, you know, I was coming to the gym and I was getting my results, but it was like, I'm shy. I'm shy to post my stuff. Yep. And then eventually I started, you know, posting every day, you know, when I came to the gym or, you know, what I was eating. And I got a lot of people telling me, hey, you know, how are you doing this? Or, you know, can I also train, or things like that? So you never know. You never
People
know
don't even know they can come to you if you're not even putting anything out there. How do they know?
Yeah.
They don't know anything. You just keep it off there. So that was the thing we had to get over. Is normally we're people that to ourselves, we move in silence. We don't really need approval of anybody else. But it's like, that's actually robbing a lot of other people of the results they could be getting by you just putting a little bit out there.
Yeah, and I would also say, you know, if there's any women in our community or anybody close by, I know that that's something for, you know, a lot of couples is, I do want you to look better. I do want you to feel better about yourself, but I don't want you to necessarily go get a male trainer, you know? So that was something that was the first thing that she told me. And I said, you know, don't worry, you know, we do everything together. He has plenty of clients that are, you know, women, and he helps them. But not everybody's going to feel comfortable with that. So I said, don't worry. So it's kind of like we bounce off of each other to be able to help, you know, as many people as we can. But that's something that's big, because a lot of women, they won't get started, you know, because either their husband is saying, no, you know, I don't really want you to do that, or they don't feel comfortable. And that's perfectly understandable. But at the same time, like, what can we do? What can we do to give you the tools so that that's not in the way?
And that's the thing. Some people, maybe they're like, I just don't want to train her in person, right? So now we got a bunch of free content out there. You can just go watch the YouTube videos, right? So it's like giving people a place where whatever you desire, you can get it as long as it's here.
Yeah.
You can get it from any angle, whether it's in person, whether it's online, whether it's maybe I don't even want to watch YouTube. Okay, you got a podcast, right? So you got different avenues for each person depending on what they want. Maybe I don't have enough time. Okay, that's why we made a little 5-minute segment. You can get 5-minute mindset, right? So it's like there's no excuses at this point. If you don't want to do it, just say that. That's okay. Maybe now isn't the time. Maybe the time is later, and that's okay. But don't make the excuse to say I don't have time to do this, or I can't.
Because I was at the point, I was like, how I'm gonna do that?
Yeah.
Because I work like 10-hour shift, and I got 2 boys at home, take care of the house, you know, all the stuff that moms
that we have to do. Yeah.
So I was like, I don't know, I don't think so. And then, you know, you have to, like you say, you have to make your plan for what you want to do. So I said, I'm not going to be able to train like the 7 days, but I can come 3 days.
There you go. That's better than the 3 days you weren't coming.
Yeah.
That's progress.
And you did a lot with those 3 days, you know, staying consistent with those 3 days. She did a lot. And because the results that she has gotten, you know, with how she feels, her body, even her health, are results that people take, you know, a very long time to do. But because she was able to be consistent and she was dedicated to what she wanted, I mean, I would say it's 8 months that you got started, and it's a completely different change.
Yeah. You can just feel the aura. It's just different. Like when you walk into a room, the way you look at eye contact with different people, like you can see the difference between somebody that feels good about themselves and somebody that's kind of just floating through life. And it's night and day difference. I just noticed that just when looking at you across the room, it's night and day difference from what it was. So that's powerful. That's it's amazing.
Priceless.
What at this point where you're like, okay, I got all of this stuff down. Is there an area you're like, I'm still working on this, I'm not really sure about this, or a question like, if I had help with this thing right here, maybe it would even take me to the next level? Is there anything that comes to mind as like, this thing I still need help on?
Well, I'm trying to really work on my RDL. That's really one thing that I really want to work on it. Because when I saw women do it, it's just, to me, just like, wow, it's just like, it looks so perfect.
Mhm.
Because I told Danny, I said, how yours looks great. I cannot even, like,
Yeah.
Yep.
look like that.
Mhm.
And let's touch on that a little bit. Let's touch on that a little bit, because sometimes we're so easy to, compare and say, oh, yours look perfect, or that woman's body looks just so
Yeah.
good. But what I will say is, when you first came in, I don't know if it was, just the body or whatever, but your posture, it wasn't as straight as it is now. So even the posture that you have now,
The way you're sitting right now.
yeah, you're sitting up straight.
Yeah.
So the posture that you have now is completely different than the posture you had when you first started. So all of that, your body is starting to gain those muscles. Like I told you, when you're working on back muscles, a lot of women don't work on back muscles. They don't even know they should work on back, but those back muscles are what's helping you to get straighter, to have a better posture. So now maybe it's not perfect, but your RDLs look a lot better than when they first started, because your posture, everything looks better.
I
So
was like,
that's-
Danny, I say, how do you do that?
it took a lot of time. It took a lot of time, because I have been training, in the gym for 3 years. So that doesn't compare to 8 months.
Yeah.
But with the dedication, with the work, your RDLs are going to look perfect.
That's
So,
crazy. I'm glad you pointed it out, because I do remember in the beginning, you were more
Yep.
hunched over
Yeah,
like this.
A lot.
And now you're naturally just sitting here. You're sitting much more straight than me.
Yeah.
And, right, you're sitting like this.
Yeah.
Right. That's a huge difference. And a lot of, because think about it, women have boobs, so it automatically makes you hunch over more. A lot of time, a lot of sitting as well, office desk, thing like that. So posture is a big part in how your lower back feels. And even when women are pregnant as well, you naturally kind of want to hunch over more. So being able to do those back exercises to help yourself sit back more is very powerful.
Yeah, and I remember one of the first things that she told me, that she wanted to get rid of was this back here.
Yeah.
So it was like a little pocket here that she was like, I don't like it. So I was like, okay, then we definitely need to work back. And, for me personally as well, I have a wide back. So for me, it's like, I have to work it to make it look smaller, and a lot of women have that issue. So, now we hear, the big back.
Yeah.
So it's not for any reason, like it's important, if you want to have that slim look, that you work your back. So that's kind of what we started doing, incorporating it into our workouts. And now, yes, it might not be 100%, but working on it, you're going to get there, and it's just about, a lot of times, the form, like you think you're doing it the right way. And I remember coming back home and you told me, hey, I helped Lupita today with her
Yeah, I
RDLs.
remember that.
So it's all about practice,
Yep.
keep practicing it, keep, getting better at your back workouts, and your posture, everything is going to kind of align. But
and just to add to that real quick, so that's why so there's a video right now we have on YouTube that is strictly about RDO and how to do them. So watch that video. You can have the video going while you're actually trying it in real time. And the more you do that, you get behind the bar and you not even think about if you're doing it properly or not. He's like, oh, I know for sure I'm doing it right. So I'm saying just watch that video over and over and over when you got it. Then don't look at it.
And when some of these movements, in the gym, after you do it for so long, it's just natural.
Second nature.
It's second nature. So you're going to know, oh, I am doing it correctly. For me, I've done it so many times that's how it feels, but
that's a big thing in the beginning for people starting. It's like, am I doing this right? Am I doing this right? So I can physically see on the person's energy, their eyes, their body language, like while they're doing the rep, like the doubt, the concern, the this, the that. And then after time goes by, you see that's not even there anymore.
We were actually talking about it yesterday when I came in here to do, what was it? Deadlifts.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh yeah. Like it's so simple, but when I first started, it was not simple. It was very difficult. So
I think it's also good a lot of time to reflect back on where you used to be. And I think that's why it's good to have pictures and videos, because sometimes, some of the weights you're lifting right now, you start doing them so often that you forget. I used to not even be able to do the bar. Right? It's so easy to forget that. It's like, no, that is not any difference. Don't sleep on that, because that helps you keep pushing
well,
forward.
and even in our journey, I would sneak in like little videos. She's like, why are you taking those videos of me? And I would send them to her after her workout. And now, like, she's put videos together where it's like, I started here. I couldn't even lift up the bar to do a squat. And now I'm, I'm squatting all this weight, and like even her pull-ups look completely different. So
What's your favorite exercise at this point? What's your favorite exercise?
Bulgarian split.
Splits.
oh really?
Splits. Wow, that's the one a lot of people don't like.
She hated those at first.
There
Yeah.
you go. Hey, isn't that funny that the things we hate typically are the things we're not good at? As soon as you get good at them, oh, I love that one.
Mhm.
Yeah.
All right, but so many people don't want to start doing something because they hate it because they can't do it. Well, if you keep doing it over and over, you may love it. Just stick
So
with it.
why do you think you love those now? Like,
Because I can see a difference in my
in your
Yep.
butt?
in my butt.
Yep.
Yeah.
There you go. That's
Yeah.
good reason.
Yeah.
And RDLs too.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So it's in the second place now.
Even the fact that RDO is second place now, and that was when you had the most doubts about.
Yeah.
And then in a month, maybe not even a month, if you practice that, you want it. You like, I know my form is.
Well,
perfect.
and we're gonna make a video about this, but I remember one of her biggest concerns when she got started was, I don't have a butt, and I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, I didn't have a butt when I
Yep.
first started, and we can, definitely speak on this. There's pictures and everything, where I didn't have any butt, and you're like, no, but you look. I'm like, I promise you, I did not have a butt when I first started in the gym, but you can make one. And, a lot of people are like, I have to go get a BBL. I have to
Yeah,
go do.
because I remember before I started, I talked to my husband and I say, you know what? I say, I'm gonna save my money up and I'm gonna get some,
Mm-hmm.
and how you call it, BBL?
BBL.
Yeah, BBL. And he's like, no, you don't need that. The only thing that you need is like eat healthy, stop drinking soda, and exercise. That's the only thing that you need. Because he has some equipment at home.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I say, but I don't know how to use it. I don't know how to do. I mean, what to do. I said,
Yeah.
no, I said, no, I said, no. And he was like, well, I don't think that you need surgery. You stop eating, stop drinking soda and exercise. That's the only 3 things that you need.
Hey,
Mhm.
there you go. And I feel like too many people, and once again, I'm not saying I'm against it completely, right? But to me, it's more like, don't make that the first option.
Mhm.
At least try all the other things you can do, working out, eating right, do all that stuff. Not saying, oh, I tried it for 1 day or 2 days and now I stop. Like, genuinely put your best foot forward and giving that your all. Now, at the end of that all, you might be surprised. Oh, wait, I really didn't need that. And the thing is, when somebody go get the BBL or go to get different surgeries, you're not building the most important parts, which is inside internally.
Mhm.
You're not building the mindset, the confidence, the I'm sticking to something with consistency, the discipline.
And you still
all
have to
those-
maintain it.
Yeah,
So,
that's what my husband said. He told me that, so I said, okay, but you're gonna do all of that, but you have to stop. You need
you're
to
still gonna
keep
have
it.
to
Yeah.
maintain it. Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I love like building all those internal skills and things about yourself that apply to everything else in life and not just working out, not just the gym. Like I'm sure your kids see you differently.
Yeah.
Just the way, what's
Mhm.
some things that your kids have said about you since you started working out versus before?
Okay, my son, his name is Braxton.
Mhm.
He said, Mom, you drinking soda?
Wow.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
keep you on track.
Keep you on track.
Yeah.
Keep you accountable. Have you noticed any of their habits changing a little bit since
Yeah.
you?
Cause I do not buy sodas.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
So what? They drink water.
Yep.
Okay.
Whole family gets healthy
Yeah.
together.
There you go. It all starts with us sometimes.
You
So.
say it to your husband now. You remember you said no soda. You said
Yeah.
eat like it's out. All right, you too. It's funny how that works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's good. And they see, I know that they see not just the physical changes in you, but your mood. Because when you feel good, you radiate something different towards
Mhm.
them.
It's
So-
like more energy.
Mm-hmm.
More
It's a
energy.
big one.
Mhm.
Yeah.
The same thing Nancy was saying.
Yeah.
Energy is a big part. Can't put a price tag on that either.
Yeah.
What's something you would say to people who haven't started, that want to start? Maybe they have all this doubt. I don't know how to. I don't have confidence. What's something you would say to the people that are in that spot right now?
Well, I would say that use try to find somebody they help you to do things, or like you say, watch videos. But if you want to do something for you, do it before it's late.
Yeah.
It's a tough one.
Because you don't get that time back.
No, we don't.
After being on this podcast, what does it make you think or believe at this point versus prior to it?
Okay, believe in yourself. Because if you do not believe in yourself, nobody else will believe on you. Like you can have 2, 1, 3 trainers, but if you're not 100%, you won't get no results.
Wow.
Because it's on you. If you wanna look better, do better, and feel better, you have to do it. You have to do it.
Yep.
Big one.
That's a big one. Let me sip some water on that.
Isn't that even crazy to think about? Like how you like maybe you might feel like I can't talk on camera. Maybe right now, currently on social media, you post a video, you post pictures.
Yeah.
Have you posted any videos yet?
Nothing 2 weeks ago.
Any videos you talking yet?
No.
So think about that, right? This is the first little seed, right? You see that little nervousness that comes over, but you see how you had that nervousness before this episode started?
Yeah.
Now look, you had a whole conversation with us naturally. What if you just had a whole conversation naturally? You just started posting little videos of you talking and inspiring people.
Hey guys.
There you go.
You already did it here.
Yeah.
What's the difference? How many people need to hear the different thoughts and things that went through your head that go through your head now as well as when you first started?
So many things that you've already said on this podcast. I can't imagine, all the value that you could give other people.
Yeah.
There you go. So this is the first little seed, little drop in the bucket of what's possible versus how it was before.
Yeah. I think there's nothing,
nothing
else to say after that, really.
Yeah, I mean, well, we definitely loved having you on. Heck, we want to have you back when you get even more results.
Yeah, sure.
Because I know there's more on the way. I just feel the energy radiating off of you. It's just the beginning. So definitely stay tuned, guys, for the next one when we have her back with more results on top of it all. Thanks for having me.
Thank you, guys.
See you later. Until the next time. I know I'll see you in here some more, too.
Yeah, for sure.